Tonight, I also want to read, I went to the law library where anybody could go. It's a Weston, Illinois criminal law and procedure book. I got the only one that was there. There's other issues. They're checked out, but I'm sure that it's been upgraded. And I'm not an attorney, I'm nor practicing any law, but I just want to read the statute if I can. On domestic battery, if a person commits domestic battery, if he intentionally, knowingly, without legal justification, by any means, 1, causes bodily harm to any family or household member as defined in Section 3112A-3 of the Criminal Procedure of the 1963 as amended. 2, makes any physical conduct in provoking in the nature of a family member or household member as defined in subsequently 3, Section 112A-3 of the Criminal Code Procedure. The sentence should be, domestic battery is a Class A misdemeanor or a Class 4 felony as defined in this statute. And I find that kind of odd that tonight I wanted to ask our police chief, he's not here again at the meeting, and we've got somebody else that's sitting back here. I wanted to ask him some different questions to get some answers on it, and apparently he's been skipping the meetings when I think it's very important that our police chief be at the meeting. Every village meeting that I've ever been to, Algonquin, Carroll Stream, Lake in the Hills, the police chief and fire chief have always sat at the board meetings. And I think they have a duty as part of being a chief of police or fire chief. As I see him here every meeting. If he's not here, he's got a deputy chief here rather than a police officer sitting at that table. And I just think it's just awfully funny that he hasn't been at any of the board meetings lately. And I want to know, what do we do? Who do we hold accountable for it? Some of the things that happened at the last meeting, we've sent numerous of documents to the Attorney General's office and as well as the federal offices of downtown Chicago, because it seems like we're not getting any answers from our local police department and the state's attorney on issues that are here in our town when it comes to domestic violence or sex offenders. And I believe that this is just one thing that needs to be addressed in our town. Heads are being turned, whether you're a public official or not. If you commit a crime, you guys should be held accountable, just like us. I was held accountable, and I shouldn't say this, but back in 1988, for something that got blown out of proportion. I had an officer that came up to me the other day and apologized when he heard, because it got blown out of proportion. I wound up in court with the village of Carpentersville. I lost my case, but the 5 other cases that brought suit against Carpentersville, they actually won. They walked away with money. And one of our star people that were going to testify in our case turned around and took the money and ran rather than testify, because him and his wife were planning on leaving Carpentersville, and they thought that was the best way for their family to turn around and do what was best for their family.
Mr. Caluzinski, your 5 minutes are up.
All right. Thank you.